Hello everyone. Today is day 7 of Mail Lead Code Challenge. Today's question is delete operation for two strings. It is a medium level question which involves dynamic programming. So let's see what the question is asking us to do. So in this question we are given two strings word1 and word2, and we have to find the minimum number of steps required to make word1 and word2 the same. And in one step we can delete exactly one character in either of the string. So let's see the example. In word1 you have C and in word2 you have it. So here you can delete the S and here you can delete the T, so that the resulting word in both of the cases will be EA and they are same. So you will be returning 2 because it required two deletions to make both of them same. So this is the approach. So let's see what we basically were doing here. So we were finding the longest common subsequence. In this case it is EA. Then we are subtracting the longest common subsequence from both of the words and then returning the length of the leftover words. So basically you can say the answer is equal to the sum of length of both the words minus twice the length of the longest common subsequence. So this question is finally boiling down to finding the length of the longest common subsequence. Then we can easily return the appropriate answer. So let's go to the coding part. So I've already coded it and I'll be explaining you how the code is working. We'll be using dynamic programming to make it efficient. And we'll be also seeing how to write the recursive version of the code. So here word1 and word2 were given. So I found the length of both of them by doing word1.length and word2.length. I have defined two strings s1 and s2 in global, and I've also defined a dp array in global as a global variable. So now let's see. So I'm assigning the global variables to this local variable, and I'm also resizing the dp array. And this dp matrix is resized in such a manner that the number of rows is equal to n1 plus 1, because the word length can vary from 0 to n1. So from 0 to n1 there are n1 plus 1 rows, or n1 plus 1 possibilities are existing. So that's why I'm doing n1 plus 1. And for number of columns also the same logic goes. The length of word2, if you consider, it can be from 0 till n2, like when the word will be decreasing in the recursive call. So it is n2 plus 1, and we are initializing it with minus 1. And then we are simply finding the longest common subsequence length, and I am returning this thing, that is word1 length and word2 length minus 2 into longest common subsequence length. By this way we will be getting the number of deletions required to make both of the words as same. So now let's see what this function is basically telling us. This function is telling us that you consider word1 and word2 as they were defined as global variables. We have no problem in passing them. We can simply pass the characters, the number of characters we're considering. So this function is telling me is telling me that, or is it requires, is that we will be passing the first n1 characters and the first n2 characters, and you are asking the function that tell me the longest common subsequence. So you are considering the first n1 characters in the starting, that is the whole string, and you are considering the n2 characters, that is the whole string of word2, and you are asking them return me the length of the longest common subsequence. Now let's go to this function. So in this function you write this basic initialization thing. If the dp array isn't minus 1, so that means it has already been initialized, so directly return it, no need to do the function calls again. So now let's go to the base condition. The base condition is if n1 equal to 0 or n2 equal to 0, directly return a 0. This is because assume in any of the case the word length is equal to 0. That means there is no word. So can you find any longest common subsequence in that case? No, you cannot find. So in that case the longest common subsequence length will be 0. So we'll be returning a 0. And for memorization purpose I have done dp n1 n2 is equal to 0. Now let's see the last part of the code. So assume you are comparing the last characters in both of the word. That is, we are comparing n1th character and n2 character. So the n1th character will occur at an index of n1 minus 1, and n2th character will occur at an index of n2 minus 1. So assume both of them are equal. So if both of them are equal, that character is same in both of the words. So you need to include that in while calculating the longest common subsequence length. So if they are equal, what to do is that you are like, okay, fine, one character I got which is same. Now let me find the longest common subsequence length for the first n1 minus 1 characters and first n2 minus 1 characters, because n1th character and n2th character are same. So I'll be adding 1 to it. But let me find the longest common subsequence of the leftover characters, and to that I'll add 1 because the last characters matched, and I am saving it in the dp array before returning it. so that later on if I need to calculate the same thing, I won't be calculating, like I won't be calling the function again and again. You can simply use the dp array and assume in any of the case the last characters don't match. Then you have two options: either you can exclude the last character of word 1 or you can exclude the last character of word 2. So that's what I'm doing. You are calling the LCS function again and you are saying like, okay, the last character didn't match, so I cannot add 1 because the last character are definitely not matching. But now let's exclude one character from word 1. So now the length of word 1 will be n1 minus 1 and the length of word 2 will remain same, that is n2. So you are saying is that consider the first n1 minus 1 characters of word 1 and consider the first n2 characters of word 2 and return me and give me the longest common subsequence length. And we are also doing the same thing, but in this case you are doing the opposite. You are saying that okay, for word 1 let it remain as it was and you subtract 1 from the length of word 2. That is, you are saying that consider consider n2 minus 1 characters of word 2 and consider word 1 as it is and give me the longest common subsequence length. So in both of the case you will be getting certain value. So the main thing here is that you will be taking max of them because we were initially interested for the longest common subsequence length. So we will be finding the max of both of them and we'll be saving it in the DP array before returning it. So that's it. This is the code and this will work. So that was it. So this is the main part of the code, that is finding the longest common subsequence length. And before signing off, I like to tell you that you just make a note of longest common subsequence and longest common substring. In the case of subsequence, the thing is that the words or the characters can be discontinuous. For example, in this case, SA is a subsequence of the original string, but SE is also a subsequence of the original string, but SA is not a substring of original string because when you consider substring, all the characters should repeat or they should be occurring in a contiguous manner. So this was the code for longest common subsequence, not to be confused with longest common substring. So this is the code and that's how you solve it. So I hope you were able to understand the code. You can see the code once again for better understanding. So still then, keep coding and have a nice day, and you can subscribe to my channel and I'll be keeping on posting such videos regularly. So have a nice day everyone.